All right, y'all. We are back. Shout out to everybody who was here this morning for fantasy vibes, man. Moon vibes, absolutely killed it. He left y'all with the message today. Hope y'all teams win today. Mine didn't. We lost in dramatic fashion. Hope y'all win y'all fantasy games today. Truth didn't. He just lost. But how everybody doing today, man? Truth, what's going on with you, Playboy?
All right, all right.
You sounded depressed over there, Playboy.
Not depressed,
All
just
right.
preoccupied.
Jalen, what's
Just,
going on? How you feeling,
just
bro?
with stats.
I'm feeling good, Jacoby Myers getting this stuff done.
Mm,
The Patriots winning, feeling good.
mm.
If
You,
you,
I was feeling heartbroken earlier, but I'm good, man. Happy to be doing R1P after dark. Moon, how you feeling, bro?
Anytime the Falcons don't play, so they don't get a chance to take a loss, that's a great week.
LL Cool, Brad. How you feeling today, bro?
All you gotta hear 36. That's it. That's it, man.
Man. Moon vibes. You want to give us a chat update before we get started?
So Baker is the GOAT. I'm a Browns fan. He just said I'm from Brad's channel. So welcome to Real Ones
So,
Productions. Make sure you follow, man. Make sure you stay tuned and stay up to date on everything Real Ones Productions. Appreciate you being here, but yo, um I don't know how y'all appreciate you putting the Discord in there. That's really the only thing going on in the chat right now, besides him being a Browns fan. Nick Chubb went crazy today.
Man, it was a great day for football today. I felt like we had all types of games. We had purist games, we had high scoring games, we had the dramatic Hail Mary games. We had games that looked like they were going to go into overtime and didn't go into overtime. But we know what everybody's here for. We're doing game balls. The first person we starting with is Truth. Truth, who's your game ball going to today?
Alex Smith, in, even in
even
a
in the
lose,
even in the loss, bro.
even thought he lost. Yes, even thought he lost. He gets my game ball, and it's not a favoritism thing. Yeah, I'm high on Alex Smith, but if you can lead your team to the cusp of winning a game that you were down 24-3, and somehow your defense stepped up and prevent and only allowed 6 more points, um, including a game winner. I think he'd be deserving. Especially, let's see here, last two games going back to the eighth, he went 24 for 32, 321, 325, had a 75% completion rate, 10.2 yards average per pass, but he had one touchdown, three interceptions. He also got sacked twice. He had a rating of 78.3 and a QBR of 34.9, which is bad, which is horrible. Um, and then today against the Lions, he went 38 for 55, a little over dramatic on the attempts, but I understand why, because they were down so far. They basically abandoned the running game. He went 38 for 55 for 390 yards, 69.1 completion percentage, 7.1 yards per pass, no touchdowns and no interceptions though. He had two sacks this game. His rating was at 89.2, and his QBR was a 76, which is a better improvement. He's gone overall in according to those two games. Over the last two games, he has completed 62 out of 87 passes for 715 yards with an average completion rate of about 71%, I think. I might be wrong. He's getting better. This is really like only his second full game back. Like I said at the beginning of the year, Washington should have started him from the get go. He's proven it. He's just I'm assuming one of these days he's gonna get a win. He's gonna get that comeback win. but he's led us to two straight games. There's close games that's come down to the last drive. The offense with Washington has seen a dramatic spike with him at the helm instead of Kyle Allen or Dwayne Haskins. That's why he gets my game ball.
Alrighty, so I feel like you gave us great information. Thank you for everything. I wanted to actually get you all's input on how do y'all feel about Alex Smith getting the game ball. I guess I will start. I did watch that game in its entirety. When the Lions went up 24-3 in the red, and the Washington football team scored that first touchdown, I'm like, okay, I can see why. Then, and I know Truth is saying he's not being a homer and saying this, because sometimes people can get a game ball in a losing effort. But how do y'all feel about Alex Smith getting Truth's game ball? We'll start with Jalen.
I'm not mad at it. I actually like it just because it's a different pick. I don't think most people would choose Alex Smith for a game ball. Only thing I gotta say, I mean, that they lost, so it's like, but it's not his fault. So, I mean, I like the pick.
Moon Vibes, how do you feel about that pick?
I mean, I understand why Truth did it. Me personally, I'm giving the game ball to two dudes. I mean, if we talking about somebody on his team that should have got the game ball, I would give the game ball to Antonio Gibson. Man had two tutties today, 13 carries, 45 yards, 3.5 yard average. It's not really spectacular. But he got you two tutties, which is important. Even J.D. McKissick got a touchdown today. Terry McLaurin, 7 catches, 95 yards today. But if we talk about the team that actually won the game, DeAndre Swift went crazy today. DeAndre Swift went crazy, and Matt Stafford played well. 276, 3 touchdowns, 24-33. But I get why he's doing it. 38 for 55. But for me, anytime you throw 38 for 55 for 390 and you don't got no tutties on your board, that makes me worried. But he also doesn't have any picks either, so that's a good sign too.
Got you, Brad. How do you feel about Truth's pick of who his game ball winner was?
I agree with it. I don't agree with it in some ways because, like Moon said, yeah, touchdowns are a big factor in that as well. But just looking at how many yards he got that game, and like if you just see how he played that game and just showed up when they needed him most on those key third downs to come back in the fourth quarter and the beginning of the third quarter. Sorry, the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter. He was really there and he just was locked in. So I mean, that's why I would agree with it.
Hey, I think you all made great points. I think the one thing we can say here at R1P, we are genuinely happy for Alex Smith to come back. Everything he had to come back from, and everything he had to endure. His injury was almost life-threatening at that. They were saying during the game he kind of had to get like this permission, like kind of like a security clearance type thing from the Secretary of Defense, just to be able to go into this certain facility. It's for him to get proper treatment because civilians aren't allowed. But Jalen.
Yes.
Hey, who's your game ball?
This may shock some people. It may not shock some people. It's Tua Tagovailoa. The rookie from Alabama, the rookie that's just now starting his third game. Or is he starting his second? Yeah, third game. It's third game. So today he threw for 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he was 20 for 28 on passing. He also had 14.66 fantasy points, which is it's amazing. But it's like if you actually watch the game, he looked like he looked like he was in the league for at least 5 to 8 years. He looked like he's been starting. So I'm really impressed with what he did. Also, he got the win. It was Dolphins won 29-21. He had 2 touchdowns, like I said, and he had 0 picks. So, who took a low gets my game ball.
I don't think anybody will be mad at that. The one thing about Tua is that he's so calm and so poised in the pocket. Lucky lefty. We'll go reverse. How do you feel about the Tua pick, Brad?
I like it. Only is it's his third start, right? Third start
Mm-hmm.
or something. Yeah, third. So that's really good numbers for a third start in his NFL career. So I mean, yeah, he's a young quarterback. He's got a lot of potential in the works. It's gonna be really really fun seeing him progress over the years. So I'll definitely agree with that pick.
Gotcha, Moon. How do you feel about the Tua pick?
Miami's future is now. There is no looking ahead or trusting the process. The future is now. And when they made that decision, we was all on Brian Flores just talking about, hey, this could be the decision that gets you fired, but this could also be this decision to get him a contract extension. Um, and we look at it from a higher sight. I mean, to kind of change his perspective, change the perception of him, drastically, and just in the span of a couple of weeks. Everybody was kind of worried about his health coming out of college, but honestly, if you look at all the quarterbacks that's playing this year, rookies, you take Tua, or Herbert. Tua's making his case that he should be picked. He's efficient. He has his offensive line has gotten a little bit better. It's better than Joe's, and I don't want to say it's better than Justin Herbert's, but I mean I love how he played today. His statistics haven't been like super eye popping, but the fact that they're getting wins, which is most important, and doing it in games that are close, he's getting not only experience, but he's getting, um, more comfortable in this system, and I look forward to them continuing to open it up. But Miami's future is now.
I told y'all this in a pre show. I'm scared of this team. I'm a Bills fan. A lot of y'all already know that. I'm absolutely petrified of this team. Truth, how do you feel about the Tua pick? You might be muted, bro.
I like it. I mean, let's see. He's won 3 straight games. He's been efficient. He he's been efficient. He's been accurate to a point, and he's not making any turnovers. Hence the reason why he's the he's partially responsible for the Dolphins' latter half of their 6 game winning streak.
Wow. Wow. I did not know they were on a 6 game winning streak.
I think it's a 6 game winning streak. No, 3 game winning streak.
3 game?
No.
No, I think it's at least a 4 game winning streak.
Yeah, it's either 3 or 4.
Yeah, because
So
I think Fitzmagic won his last game before they went on a bye, and then like Moon alluded to earlier, we were like, wow, this is a big decision for buying Flores, and hey, he seems to be dead on. Before I get into my game ball, Moon, did you want to give us a chat update?
Man, chat up there right now. Steezy says my game vote goes to the Titans punter Trevor Daniels. You're welcome, coach. And he said, for real though, my game vote goes to D Hop, aka Nuke Hopkins, aka jump over 3 people in Monson. And then Jamonte, of course, he's mad at me because he played Austin Hooper today. And he said Hooper deserves a game ball for trash his tight end. Hey, bro, listen. I thought that game would be way more high scoring than 10-7, bro. 10-7. I thought that it would give him, so everybody's production was capped at least by a lot. Even Deshaun Watson. The only person that actually really seemed to have a good day was Nick Chubb and his accessory Kareem Hunt. And that's the child update.
Alrighty, so my game ball. As a Bills fan, it hurts me to say this. I watched this game, and the first thing I said in the chat is that I was heartbroken. Cause I'm watching this, I'm like, hey, what's good, Mo? I'm watching this game, and I'm like, I'm going crazy. Stephon Diggs scores a touchdown with about 34 seconds left. I'm like, you digs. Like I'm running around the house like I'm like a chicken with his head cut off. And then Hopkins makes one of the best catches I've seen in my life, bro. And it's not like, you know how we think of like the Odell catch. It's the degree of difficulty is crazy. Like, he jumped over our entire secondary, like Aaron Michael Jordan himself, to make that catch. And even though I just spoke on Hopkins, but my game ball is actually going into Kyler Murray. He did an excellent job managing the game today. Stats were beautiful in my opinion. He did exactly what he needed to do to win. He went 22 or 32 for 245. His touchdown happened to be the Hail Mary. He did throw an interception earlier, but it wasn't all the way his fault. He threw a pass. He threw it slightly behind Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald tried to make a play on it, but he was trying to protect him when he threw it behind him. You know, a lot of times quarterbacks throw a pass slightly behind you just to protect you from a big hit. Then Jordan Poyer ended up intercepting this game. But also Kyler Murray gave you 11 totes for 61 yards, 5.5 yard average, 2 touchdowns. Like, he played lights out this game. Like, back in the day, the stigma was if you're a quarterback, you got to be at least 6'3", 6'4". Bro was doing this. How tall is Kyler Murray? Maybe 5'8", maybe 5. Like how tall is he? Like, but he's a beast, man. The only issue I feel like he had this game was a couple of his passes got batted down, but outside of that, I mean, like he played like lights out. This Cardinals team is 6-3 now after this game. They could arguably be 8-1. If you really look at their schedule, they lost a couple of close games, but they also won a couple of close games. The Seattle game could have won either way. Also, that Dolphins game that they lost last week could have went either way as well. It's just been crazy. But yeah, Kyler Murray gets my game ball. Let me go back to this real quick. Lock that up. How do y'all feel about that? Let's start with Truth.
I like that. I like that pick. Kyle Murray's kind of showing folks that the stigma is not necessarily the stigma about his height. It's not necessarily valid, but then again, it is. He's balling out, and I do believe he's 5'9". So he's balling out. He's kind of actually using his height to his advantage, especially when he's scrambling. He could duck under those 6', 6'1", 6'2" corners arms, and be elusive. That throw that he had to DeAndre Hopkins was kind of underthrown, but then again, it was dead on. It was just. And if you watch that play again, he's just rolling out, and he's about to get hit too. I think he was about to get hit.
Yeah, he was about to get sacked. You're absolutely right.
And so he's very mobile. I look at him as a shorter Russell Wilson.
He's
in terms of his mobility. And what I see his potential can be. I mean, in the future, I see him winning MPV. I don't know how long he'll stay with the Cardinals. Maybe he'll stay with the Cardinals 4, 5, 6 years, maybe longer. And if the Cardinals are wise, they'll build around him. They'll continue to build around him. They'll give him the weapons he needs besides just DeAndre Hopkins and Larry Fitzgerald.
Wow, and I think Cliff Killingsbury isn't getting enough credit either because they are a fast team. You remember the 7 seconds Phoenix Suns? I brought when Mike D'Antoni was their coach, where like they could get a bucket in 7 seconds or less. And that's how this offense is. Like, I couldn't imagine being on that field and they just got a first down and then they hurried up to the line of scrimmage. They can give you a completely different look, but they hadn't changed any personnel, and like you're just tired. Like, I feel like that's what happened to us. We held them to 3 field goals in the first half. The second half we were tired. Jalen, how do you feel about the Kyler Murray game ball pick?
I feel good about it. I think in the first half he struggled a little bit, but second half he just
Hmm.
picked it up. It seemed like, uh, and you know what he did at the end of the game. You know, you know what he did, KT. You watched the game.
KT.
Heartbroken, bro.
F's in the chat, KT. Yeah, can we get an F in the chat for KT, man?
But the way it was looking, I thought he wasn't. I thought it was looking scary for him and the Cardinals.
Hmm.
But he showed resilience. He was able to bounce back, play good, do a game winning touchdown, won them the game along with DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense. So yeah, I mean, I thought he deserved the game ball.
Yeah, you said a key word, resilient. He was very resilient. Like a lot of times you don't look at like a quarterback of his caliber, like the dual threat quarterbacks, this game manager. Like he scrambled when he needed to scramble. He was accurate when he needed to be accurate. He game managed when he needed to game manage. Man,
And
he's the
he
total
didn't lay down when things got hard.
right, right. Hey Mo, how you feel about the how you feel about the Kyler Murray game ball pick?
Easy.
Um, I personally, I personally love the pick. But I got a couple of different things to say.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, uh, Steezy said that this man is like 2'8". That's funny as hell. Um, he Truth mentioned something that like he was talking about Kyler Murray being similar to Russell Wilson as far as mobility,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't even compare it to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is more of a mobile but trying to create. He's more of an improv. Kyler
Mm-hmm.
Murray isn't really more of an improv more than he is just a jet. Like soon as he sees a lane, he's like off and out of there. So I wouldn't compare him to Russell Wilson. I would more so compare him to a shorter a shorter but quicker, faster, twitchy Lamar Jackson. Like he reminds me of him. Now Lamar might be faster, I think, but Collar I think has more quickness as far as like it just track speed. Um, Now when it comes to the Cardinals as a whole, hey Cardinals fans, if you don't believe in anything, bro, believe that life comes full circle. Because a couple years ago, y'all got like multiple Hail Marys thrown on y'all to end the game, and Aaron Rodgers did y'all dirty, like so dirty. And now y'all got a chance to redeem and be on the opposite side of history and throw a Hail Mary game winner in the end zone. That's touchdown. I like that a lot. But yeah, I definitely agree with the pick. And one thing I'll say is that the last thing I'll say is if they didn't lose that game to the Lions and they didn't lose that game to the Panthers, this team is sitting right there at the top of the division. And that's a scary sight, especially since their offense is so versatile. Big up the Cliff Kingsbury.
Brad, how do you feel about the Kyler Murray pick?
I like it a lot. Kyler Murray's been playing his tail off this season. He has improved a lot from last year. Even though he wasn't the best year last year, they got a whole lot of new talent this year with DeAndre Hopkins. So yeah, it's been really good for them, just building up, and he's been really proving that he can play with the talent around him. Even though they could be better in some really key positions. But yeah, I agree with that 100%. They've played a really good game against a really good defense, so I agree with that 100%.
Alrighty. Up next, we got my boy Moon Vibes, game ball.
And
All right, so if you watch this morning's fantasy vibes, you heard me say that this dude was on my bench this week, and the reason why I had him on my bench this week is because Leonard Fournette was coming back into the lineup, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers seem like they have good rapport and a good connection with Leonard Fournette. Earlier on in the season, there was a game, I think it was against the Panthers, I want to say, um, that Leonard Fournette came in. Just the offense just seemed like truly happy to see him score. But that's the reason why he was locked up for me. Not because of production, not because of anything, just because of the fear that Leonard Fournette was going to come in and take away from his touches. But my game ball goes to Ronald Jones, who had himself an afternoon. This game.
On second down, Jones will get it again. Stutter step left side, and a good move and strong run by Jones. Inside the 45, he's got 8 yards. Tom Brady has never lost 3 divisional games in a single year. Think about that. As a handoff and a good give to Jones, who's out and should have a first down. As we head to quarter number 2, good one so far, 14-7 Panthers. 3rd and 1 for the Bucks. They will hand it off, and they will get it. First down is Jones as a first down as they stay on the ground.
The Buccaneers remember Jones existed.
So here are the Buccaneers on first down trying to get Jones, who's hurdling people.
I said that Tampa Bay was going to be in a revenge mode today, especially against that game in New Orleans, and they was right. Jones, he ran for 192 yards on 23 carries, but one play stood out, and this is the play that you about to watch. In the third quarter, with Tampa Bay clinging to a 3-point lead, Jones took off at his team's 2-yard line, sliced right through the pack of Carolina's defenders, and raced 98 yards for a touchdown, just the 4th rushing touchdown of 98 or more yards in NFL history, according to Pro Football Reference. According to Next Gen Stats, powered by the NFL's database, Ronald Jones' second hit 21.919 miles per hour on the run, gaining 94 more yards expected on the play, the highest mark in that statistic all year long. Now, to give y'all some insight, it was the players that were catching him. Number 21, Jeremy Chin, hit 22 miles per hour, and Troy Proud hit 22 miles per hour in pursuit as well. Now, this game, my game ball goes to Ronald Jones. They really said to them, "Hey, we're not about to lose a game because we don't run the ball more than 6 times in a game." So they learn from their mistakes, and you got to be proud and happy for that. So great job to Ronald Jones. Shout out to him. And I wasn't super crazy, but he did put up almost 200, and a lot of that came on that long run. So shout out to you, bro.
Absolutely. Truth, how do you feel about the Ronald Jones pick?
I'm kind of mad at you, Moon Vibes, for that.
Hey, join the club, bro.
I should have kept them in the starting lineup. I'd be leading KT right now.
But my thing is, it will be one. I don't know why y'all mad at me. I told y'all, I said my reservation is not because he can't play. It's just because Leonard Fournette is coming back. And you don't know how that backfield is going to play out. But he got the bulk of the carries today, so.
Wasn't it broken down like 55%, 51% of the carries for Ronald Jones in the first half and 40 or 45 for Leonard Fournette in the first half?
I have to check, but I know in the season for sure. I know for the season for sure, whenever Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette is on the same field, Ronald Jones was like averaging like 7 PPR points a game, and his usage was far lower. But I have to check to see what the stats were today.
Wow, Jalen, how do you feel about the Ronald Jones pick?
I like the pick, and you wanna know why I like the pick?
Why's that?
Moon had him in locked up.
You know, bro. I'm a real one, bro. If I mess up, bro, I got y'all.
Well, I thought he did good today. Cause I didn't see most of the game because I woke up late. So, I mean, from the highlights I watched, he did good. He got some touches. He did good things with those touches. So, I mean, I think the game ball deserving to him. And he made Moon eat his own words. So,
I love the pick here. Could have also went Tom Brady. I wonder what speed did Tom Brady hit on his touchdown run. Was it over or under 5? 5 miles per hour.
My man was moving at snail pace.
Yeah, right. Hey, facts, man. But nah, I love the pick. But yeah, Moon Vibes on Fantasy Vibes had great reasoning for having him locked up, especially with the numbers. What was Tom Brady's output in fantasy last week?
Pedestrian.
I think he had 2.42 points
Right.
last year.
I remember getting teased last week. I had Brady on my bench. I've been trying to trade A-Rod all week, but it just goes to show, like, I understood what Moon Vibes thinking was. It was like, okay, Leonard Fournette is back. It's algorithm based when you're thinking about fantasy. Leonard Fournette is back. Plus Tom Brady had a down week. They're going to try to get Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette going. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely made sense. Let Ronald Jones pick that 98-yard run. I thought he's going to get caught. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I thought he was.
You said the people that was running him down was running 22 miles per hour. Have you guys peeped that on Madden? When they been doing these things, they've been upping people's speed. Like Daniel Jones went from like an 83 speed, he's like an 89 speed on Madden now. So I'm sure they're gonna bump up Ronald Jones' speed as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Brad, how do you feel about Ronald Jones getting the game ball?
I like that a lot. He actually set the Buccaneers all-time record for the longest rushing touchdown with a 98-yarder. So that was impressive. Good accolade to add to Ronald Jones's collection. Yeah, man, he really deserves it. He's had a heck of a season too. He in my opinion is one of the funnest running backs to watch in the league. He's one of my top 5. Yeah. I really like that pick. He always overperforms. When people think he's not going to, he always finds the hole when nobody thinks he will. So.
Yeah.
Hey, pause. Let me go to the chat real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, but cool, Brad. Pause. Coming from the chat, Steezy said Moon will redeem himself next week for locked up. Trust, big trust. But peep this, bro. Peep this, bro. Y'all want to talk about the players that I was wrong on, but y'all don't want to talk about the players that I was right on. Cam Newton. How many touchdowns he got today? Right now.
Got 1.
Oh, guess what? Jacoby Myers has 1 too. Oh, Cam Newton locked up. Ryan Tannehill. What did he do this week? Locked up. Now I was wrong on Matt Stafford. He had 3 tutties today. He went crazy. And I said that Kenny Galladay wasn't him not playing was going to dip in Marvin Jones' production. Marvin Jones went off too. But Teddy Bridgewater, I was right on Teddy. I was right on Devin Singletary. I was right on Melvin Gordon. I missed on Ronald Jones. Rex Burkhead is still to be decided. I was damn sure right on Darrell Henderson. Justin Jefferson, we'll see. A.J. Green for sure. Jacoby Myers is in progress. Who else? Mark Andrews. My shooting percentage is not as bad as y'all trying to make it. So yeah, just gotta put that in there.
Jacoby Myers has 13 points so far.
All that came from a touchdown, bro. Pass.
It don't matter. He ain't locked up. He got 12
He ain't
locked up, bro.
He's not hitting his projection.
What's his projection?
Receiving. He's not hitting his receiving projection.
Okay. He ain't locked up.
This conversation is interesting. I don't want to interrupt.
They can't, bro. See, you want to know what's crazy? Every time, this is why I love R1P. Every time I be wrong on my take, they be like, move out. Yo, that's just wrong. I'm mad at you today. Look, Jamonte came in here earlier today and was talking about, he was mad at me for telling him about Austin Hooper. I didn't know that the Browns were going to be pedestrian today. I didn't know that.
The last 2 weeks, you said that the Steelers are about to get upset.
Wow. Hey, they on your head, boy. I said the Steelers was going to lose today, too, though.
He said he's shooting some bricks. Nah, my field goal percentage, not bricks.
Can I give y'all a score update on the Sunday night game?
Yeah.
New England's up 23-17 with 5 minutes left, and Lamar Jackson just fumbled a snap and it went way back. So it's 2nd and long.
Wow. And what were you saying, Brett?
You were just saying something, then I cut you off. Sorry about that. I was just saying you could just keep going what you're saying.
Oh, no. I'm good. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the update of that game. You said 5 minutes left. Patriots are up. I'm scared of the Patriots, low-key, too, even though we just beat them. Oh, man. Is this Aces of Andy first time in here?
Wow.
I think so. Welcome, Andy. What's up, bro?
What's up, Andy?
Andy,
Man, chill out. Chill out. Chill out, bro.
Now,
100%. Yeah, I mean that is actually kind of true.
now,
All
my
right.
thoughts on
So
that Ron Jones.
It's getting down there.
so before we go
My
to
thoughts on that.
Brad's game ball pick, I wanted to do something really quick here. Right now, a couple of weeks ago, and we're gonna do this every couple of weeks. What two teams do you have going to the Super Bowl? Let's start with Truth, and everybody name the two teams they think going to the Super Bowl.
I say Chiefs and Steelers meeting the AFC divisional title game, no AFC championship game, and I think the Chiefs win. And I want to go with. Oddly enough, I'm going to have to probably say Arizona.
Arizona and Kansas City. That's a sexy Super Bowl right there. Jalen, who you got in the Super Bowl?
I got the team I said last week or 2 weeks ago. I got the Steelers and Rams.
Steelers and Rams. I like that pick. Rams are looking really good, bro. I got. I'm gonna get killed for this one. I got the Colts and the Saints in the Super Bowl. Moon, what you got?
This is tough because last time we did this, I picked Packers versus Ravens, and I do not like the Ravens right now. Their offense is too freaking predictable, bro. And I think Greg Roman, we was talking about him getting hired for a head coaching position. Not at this point, bro. I'm sorry. My gut is telling me that the Packers and the Ravens not gonna make it because they both got flaws. Give me Kansas City and give me NFC team. That's super tough. Give me Kansas City and give me New Orleans.
All right. So boom, Brad, we just set the stage up for you so beautifully. Your team is 9-0, and ain't never one of your peers picked Pittsburgh to be in the Super Bowl. Who do you got in the Super Bowl, and who are you giving your game ball to?
Jalen did.
Huh?
Wait.
I did.
You did pick Pittsburgh in the AFC? Okay, my apologies.
Yeah. I got Steelers Seahawks, man. A rematch in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Do you guys notice the common theme of those picks? Do you guys notice the common theme of those picks? Three of the five of us picked the NFC West teams.
Nah, it's 4 out of 5, I think. Not 3 out of 5. You're right. Because me and Moon picked the Saints.
Yep.
All right.
And I don't even really like the Saints. I hate the Aints. But the fact that Drew Brees only gave you like 6 fantasy points today, and y'all still won easily. Michael Thomas didn't have a great game at all. Like they won by defense. That's a great sign.
Okay, this is my question to you. If Drew Brees is out more than a week with a rib injury, how would the Saints fare with James Winston?
They'll be more explosive. But they'll also have, but with more explosions, that means more potential for fire starters. So Jameis might come in and make the offense look bigger because he's not afraid to push the ball down the field. Drew relies on accuracy more than he does throw power. Jameis relies on throw power more than he does accuracy. So I can see them being more explosive as far as big plays. But I think that the potential for turnovers is always there because it's Jameis.
Hey, Moonbug, chat update real quick because there's an interesting comment on it.
Chat update based on the chat. You got Steven Gostowski, field goal percentage, Moon. I chose too much. Steezy actually just said rematch time. My prediction is the Steelers versus the Cardinals. And that alley-oop sit right to Brad.
There we go.
Now,
So talk about your game today, bro. Who was your game ball going to, Brad?
This is no surprise. Stacey already predicted it. We got Big Ben, man. And I know everybody's gonna say it just because he's on my team. But anyways, hold up, real quick. Let me see the stats. All right. So why I picked him is because during this game he made some of the nicest touchdown passes, like some of the craziest ones. Like he had one where Claypool was in the end zone. He was like being covered by two guys. He went up, got the ball off of a high point. And then there was one where he threw one off of like one leg to Juju in the back of the end zone. He made some of the nicest ones. He had a 58.7 completion percentage. He threw for 333 yards and 4 touchdowns. He averaged 7.2 yards per pass. Um, his longest pass was 46 yards. I know people are just gonna say it's because of my team, but they really played a lot. They played really good today. All of them had over 20 fantasy points too. Juju, Claypool, and Deontay Johnson, and so did Big Ben. So it's not all about fantasy points, but it's just really impressive to see him come out and do the 36-10 on Bengals. So that's why I picked him.
I guess I'll go first this time. I love the pick. Steelers are. I text Brad this in the chat earlier. I'm like they're disciplined, bro. They're sound. I think a lot of times people overlook them because they aren't they aren't a sexy pick. Like they play ugly football. They're probably one of the few teams left in this league that plays old school football, and they can win a myriad of ways.
Yeah, I had this on that. We give up. People underestimate us because we give up a lot of easy yards to teams too. So on defense, but our defense is locked down. People also underestimate because like there's a good team with a good quarterback who can have a lot of accuracy, and we give up a lot, like some of the most passing yards. So people underestimate us because of that too. Somewhat our running game too. We need to get that going a little more. James Conner only got about 50 yards this game. Hasn't gotten the most production out of him, or we haven't been calling that many running plays throughout these last 3 games. So need to boot that up.
I got a point to add for not really the Steelers, but for the Bengals. KT, we talked about this earlier, Fantasy Vibes. We was talking about the matchup between Joe Hayden and T. Higgins, and we was predicting who was going to win that matchup. T. Higgins, 9 targets, 7 receptions, 115 yards, 1 receiving touchdown, 22.5 fantasy points.
Moon Vibes called that one for sure.
I'll give him that.
I think the game ball could also go to Deontay Johnson. 6 receptions, 116 yards, 1 touchdown, with 11 targets.
And that was all in the first half.
Wow.
My thing with Deontay and the rest of the Pittsburgh's wide receivers is the Steelers are disciplined, but the Steelers are also a couple of freak plays away from being the next San Francisco 49ers. True. Meaning that the injury bug, like that's my biggest fear for the Steelers. Injury bug. Are y'all gonna be able to like stay fully healthy by the time that we get later in the weeks without taking y'all foot off the gas because y'all don't have any chance, y'all don't have any wiggle room to take your foot off the gas whatsoever. So I just worry about the Steelers. Can they stay healthy? It's not can they put up points. It's not. I mean, yeah, I had the Bengals winning today in the upset, but that was more so just hoping, just because I don't want another undefeated team, but if we just looking at it, the way the Ravens playing right now, Steelers are definitely on top of that division right now.
I was gonna, dang. Oh, you know who we haven't mentioned today? Even though he kind of had statistically a bad day in terms of receptions and into his targets. He had 10 targets, but he had 4 receptions for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chase Claypool. But that's besides what I'm saying. On your injury issue, the thing I've always found with the Pittsburgh Steelers over the years is when some of their big name players go down, their backups usually seem to step in. Usually tend to step up to make it to provide some relief. Not a lot of relief, but some relief to where they can still win. So even if Pittsburgh did have,
I agree with that.
I think
You going out, True?
I said even if the Pittsburgh Steelers had a injury bug or a COVID outbreak, I think they'd still be able to win. Especially with their backups. Their backups usually provide enough relief to win.
I disagree with that a little bit. If Big Ben gets COVID or anything like that, Mason Rudolph, I have no confidence in it. Man.
Bro, that's what I was just about to say. Like, y'all
That-
might be saying backups as far as like, okay, offensive, defensive players, but quarterback position, Big Ben is that team,
Zero confidence at all.
and I have zero confidence. in-
Big Ben is the Steelers, but what was the Steelers' records with Mason Rudolph?
Okay, 8-8, but still.
That's
he-
not. He
he-
didn't even play,
That's still 500. That's still a 500 season.
but he didn't play all those games.
He didn't play all those games too. It was Delvin Hodges.
Well,
too. So,
What was the
Okay,
Steelers' record
but-
last year?
But
That's 8-8 because of Mike Tomlin.
but
But
you just proved my point.
so you saying Mike Tomlin is the reason that they can
Oh,
have
I'm-
any injury happen and they'll be good. They'll still win
Yeah,
I
because of
think.
Mike Tomlin.
I think.
yeah. I wasn't forgetting Tomlin. Tomlin knows how. Tomlin. This is not. Tomlin has not had it. He's had injury issues, and he's navigated absolutely beautifully too. So I think even with the unusual circumstances of this season, I think the Steelers could do it again. Maybe they could maybe they could go undefeated even if they have some players miss out on injury or COVID. It's possible. If this team,
right
if
now,
the
sorry to cut
Steelers,
you off.
if
But I'm saying this: if Big Ben goes down a game before the playoffs, 2 weeks before the playoffs with COVID,
I
there's
see,
no way that Mason Rudolph is going to carry us in the playoffs.
I see what Truth is saying. He just didn't word it properly. Outside of the quarterback position, a lot of these skill positions, especially with receivers and running backs, like we've seen Steelers go from Hines Ward, Plaxico Burress, to Martavius Bryant, to AB, to Eli Rogers had a good year if you remember him, Brad. Like they've always
agree
been
with the
able to
part
get
when you said-
production out of skill position players, especially offensively, tight ends and backs. But if Big Ben gets hurt, no, they won't be the same. But they are
Yeah,
well
but he
coached team.
He was hurt this week, not beyond just
Yeah.
COVID, and that's why that's my fear. Like for them, like
So,
I know they'll be able to make up for it. Their
They-
defense is enough, but that point explosion that they had today, Brad started it off with his highlight. He said Big Ben made a lot of tough throws today. Like a week after he didn't look so shot, it looked too good against the. Didn't they play the Ravens last week? Or who did they play last week?
played the
oh,
Cowboys.
yeah, the Ravens.
Yeah, the
That was
Ravens.
the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. In that
Okay.
game, they did good, and everything, but I still was like shaking my head, like, bro, this game should not even be close. So they win the game against the Bengals, which they should win and beat them dominantly, but then they struggle against the Cowboys.
The reason for that, can I tell you the reason why that was happening? I know the reason why that was happening. Sorry to cut you off, man. But why we were playing so bad against the Cowboys is we came off a very emotional win against the Ravens. What tends to happen after we come off a very emotional win like that is we usually play really, really badly. I don't know why. I have no clue why it happens. Maybe it's just not enough time to regroup and just take their minds off of that game and how well they did, and just accept that they need to just move on and keep going and just worry about the team that they're playing next. Well, not worry, but get ready for the team that they're playing next.
So
I got another point. The Pittsburgh Steelers have never ever been a stylish team. They've never been a stylish team. They've been more of a nitty gritty team that kind of reminds me of the old days. The off of Jerome Bettis, run it down your throat. If you gotta pass it efficiently. The the Steelers, yeah, they may have an ugly game, but they get the job done. They get down to the nitty gritty and they get it done.
all
They
right,
find
so
ways to win.
when it comes to the Steelers, I'll just give you all some insight. Week 11, they play at Jacksonville. Week 12, they play versus at home Baltimore. Week 13, they play at home against Washington. Then they go at Buffalo, at Cincinnati. Then they have a home game against the Colts, which is I'm circling, and then they close the season at Cleveland. That is a total of 6 games. What do you think their record is over the next 6 games?
They have a favorable schedule, and while y'all were talking, I didn't want to cut anybody off. That was something I was gonna bring up. They play the NFC least. That's four games right there. You know what I'm saying? Automatically, typically all teams look at 10 as being that magic number for making the playoffs. So I think they finish, because the Chiefs are on their heels. I don't really see them like being in a position where they can rest players the last 2 weeks. So I got them finishing either 15-1 or 14-2.
And I predicted like a long time ago the Steelers were going to go 14-2 or something like that. I don't know if I predicted it like the start of this, like the very first episode or something, but I'm pretty sure that's what I did.
You've been high on the Steelers all year. I can't say you've been consistent on that front.
But peep this though, they haven't really played nobody. And I'm not saying that just because I'm trying to shade them at all, because it's not shade. I'm just speaking of schedule. They did play the NFC least. They started against the Giants. They played Denver. Look at where Denver is right now. They played Houston. Look at where Houston is. Philly. Look where Philly is. Cleveland. Look where Cleveland is. Tennessee. I mean, that's one game against over 500 competition. Baltimore. That's 2. Dallas. They played them. Cincinnati is low competition. Jacksonville is low. Baltimore again, Washington is low, Buffalo. So out of their whole schedule, the only teams that's over 500 that they're gonna have on their schedule as wins is Tennessee, Baltimore, maybe Buffalo, and Indianapolis.
But
When we look,
but you said it earlier, or technically I did. Even when they have ugly games, they find ways to win. And some of those games, their prior games, have been ugly games.
Some ones I feel like should be better, honestly. That's why sometimes I say after games that I'm disappointed, even if we do get a W.
I'm never
that's my thing
disappointed
though.
with a W.
It's disappointing. Is this if you have this schedule, and I'm not saying it's cupcake, but I'm saying that it's schedule that kind of eases into y'all being 14-2. Y'all toughest game is gonna be Week 16 against the Colts.
I already know. I am scared of that team too.
The second one is gonna be against the Bills in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
I know.
Ravens is like, and it's like I like the Steelers a lot, but I just don't know if they are as battle tested as some of these other teams that's in their division. Some of these other teams like that are in their conference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys, watch out for week 12, I believe, because me and KT are doing the 1-2. Well, one person, if we lose that game, or I think it's week 13 or something. I don't remember which one. Whoever loses that game has to eat the hottest shit challenge. They have to do the hot shit challenge. I don't. We're gonna stream that most likely. I would assume you are. But yeah, look forward to that, man.
Jalen, what's your thoughts?
Shoot, we was here talking about the whole subject so long. I forgot a little bit about it, but Moon
What
said,
you think record going to be?
I was gonna say 13-3.
Who are their 3 L's?
I think they lose to the Jaguars. I I think they lose to the Ravens, and they lose to the Colts.
As long as it's not the Bills, I'm alright.
It depends what Pittsburgh team show up.
I hate milk too, so I'm.
Yeah, I'll have plenty of dairy-free ice cream and milk, man.
I say they win out.
What?
Steelers, but I hope they don't win out.
That's the worst thing that can happen, bro.
I think I think they can win out. Now I didn't say they win the Super Bowl. I remember I did say earlier I had Kansas City and the Steelers.
Wait, hold
in
on.
the championship.
You win out, you gotta win a Super Bowl.
Hold on. I wish I had. Let me put on my binoculars, bro. You just said that they're gonna win out, but you just said that they're not about to win the Super Bowl.
No, if you remember what I said earlier, they win out the regular season, but they lose to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Real stiff competition.
Alright, fine. I'll keep.
So, like I said, regular season wise, they can finish 16-0. If they don't, they'll finish 15-1. And if they do lose a game, it'll be to the Colts.
So long story short, I'm eating a chip week 13, huh?
I hope. Don't think
FOH,
I
we
am-
will
but
beat
I am-
Pittsburgh.
But I am counting on the Steelers to go 16-0.
Dude, I'm gonna have nightmares about this chip challenge.
All right, let's go down the list. Brad, anything else you wanted to add?
Nah, not really.
Moon, anything else you wanted to add?
Hey, I'm happy that my Falcons are in place, so we didn't have to get heartbroken again.
Speaking of heartbreak, no fan knows heartbreak like a Buffalo Bills fan. Hey, Bills, my heart's bleeding for you, bro.
Nah, them Jets fans kind of in close competition.
they are.
They used to.
Washington fans too.
They got chips though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Alright.
Jalen, anything else you want to add?
Jacoby Myers was not locked up. The Patriots won 23-17 in a nasty, rainy game. And KT, bro, what you say just a few moments ago that the Bills ain't got no chips?
Huh? Yeah. I said Bill. I said them. I said them teams got chips.
Oh, so you saying y'all ain't got chips, right?
I ain't said nothing. We do got a chip. We just don't got a Super Bowl, bro. We got a chip though. We got AFL chip.
Well, KT, bro, you might have a chip in week. What is it, 13, 12?
Hey, who your
You
team?
might have a chip.
Hey, who your team again though?
My team just won this week. What your team do, choke?
Oh, you like the Patriots again? You not a fan of talent?
Nah. Kobe Myers on the team. He is
now
talent.
you're the Patriots won 2 games in a row and you're a Patriots fan again. Okay. Truth,
I've been
anything else
Patriots.
you'd like to add, bro? I can't do these fans, bro.
Hey, yo, KT, you remember this dude? Dude, he changed his name to him on Discord. Look real quick. Jalen changed his name to whatever that guy, Jacoby.
Kobe Myers. Put some respect on it.
Bro, that was trash, bro.
Hey, man.
For one game, then what?
2 games.
We'll have a new player by next week. You will have a new player by next
I
week.
won't.
So when the Patriots lose like next week, we'll see who Jalen likes. But I hope his Bears win tomorrow, and then he can have a sweep where Illinois won, where the Patriots won, and the Bears won, bro.
I didn't want Illinois to win, KT. I want to look out of there tonight, last night, last year.
Anything else you want to add, Truth?
Washington wins 2 of their remaining games.
Say that again, brother.
I say Washington wins 2 of their remaining games.
Is that 2 games
I
enough
say
to
they
get them to
beat
the
the
playoffs?
Bengals next. I say they beat the Bengals, and then want to say, I really want to say they beat Dallas again, but I'm not sure.
All right,
Those are the only two games I see them playing, potentially winning.
we'll let our chat moderator take us home. Take us home, Moon.
Hey, if you tuning in right now, we appreciate you joining. If you make sure you follow us on our Twitch, subscribe to our YouTube at Real Ones Productions, follow us on all our socials. Make sure you join the Discord. Who we rating tonight? If you have any suggestions, send them in so we can figure out who we rating tonight. Um, yeah, and man, hopefully your team won this week. If your team didn't win this week, then hey, listen, it's I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you. KT, hey, KT gonna be dreaming about DeAndre Hopkins in his sleep.
Hey, we caught a W today against Truth, bro.
Hey, so we lose the real life game.
How about how about Baker Vision or St. Breezes?
Yeah, let's do Baker Vision. Baker Vision.
Baker's only got one viewer.
Why not? That makes it even better. You got 10 right now. That makes it
Then
even
you got 3.
All right.
We got
Somebody spell his name for me.
Guess we running them. Hey, be safe, stay quarantine clean. Good luck in your fantasy matchups, especially if you got games coming. Especially if you got games tomorrow. And peace and blessings. And Jacoby Myers had 5 catches for 59 yards. He was locked up.
In the touchdown, bro. In the touchdown.
Yeah, more passing touchdowns than Cam.
I ain't mad at it.
We rating?
Yep.
Hey, make sure you let them know who this raid came from. Go spam Baker, tell them we said what's up. And yeah, man, we'll see y'all very soon. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Countdown. We getting things kicked off around 7 o'clock here, so you don't want to miss it. We're gonna be breaking down this Bears versus Vikings game. Got a sneaky good game that we gotta talk about. That's if Kirk Cousins shows up. But with all said and done, from Jalen, Truth, R1P Truth, LeverettKt, LL Cool Brad, aka Juicy Juice, aka the Detroit Lions fan, the real Detroit Lions fans, and Moon Vibes. We sending y'all off the Baker Vision. Hope y'all enjoy your night and stay